So another question we often get asked here at the YWCA is how somebody can help a family or a friend who's going through intimate partner domestic violence. So Nicole, do you want to kind of speak about ways?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely it's very important just to acknowledge, right? We need to be able to approach that person and say, hey, I've been noticing some things. That might not always come off so great. Frankly, sometimes that person's not ready to tell their story or not ready to admit to whatever's happening, and that is perfectly okay. But it's definitely, you want to say something, don't stay silent on it, because that's really not helping that person ultimately is by you staying silent. And however uncomfortable that is, it just has to come out, right? And then really through that process of noticing those concerns, if they are willing to tell their story, really be ready to truly listen. Listen full-heartedly. Don't stop them and say, hey, I have some advice for you, or hey, I think you should do it this way, or maybe Susie or Joe down the street did it this way, why don't you go ahead and do it this way? Really listen to them, hear their story, be an active listener, be there with them in the moment. And when they tell their story, believe them. No matter how far-fetched it might seem, it would be unrealistic to say, hey, that this stuff can't happen, because we hear horrific things all the time.
Absolutely.
These things are happening. So believe them wholeheartedly, don't question what they're thinking or what they're saying, and just, again, go back to the truly listening part, just be an active listener in that process. And through that also, don't victim blame. I mean, we hear all the time how many times people will say, you know, why don't you just leave? Why have you been staying? Why have you been putting up with this? And really, ultimately, all you are ultimately doing, no matter how good of intent you have, is you're victim blaming in that process. You're taking the responsibility off of the perpetrator and you're putting it on to the victim and or survivor. So let's not ask those questions. Instead, let's just be there with them in the moment. And really, if they decide to tell their story again, empower them through that. What would you like to do? Where are you at with this? And where is your end goals? They don't have to be big end goals. It could be even just a matter of keeping them safe. Are you feeling safe right now? What do you need from me? What are you needing right now? Right? Just open up that communication and definitely make sure that they understand that you're there for them. Whatever that looks like, you're an open door to come back, even if they're not ready to leave, if they have no intention on leaving, if they are maybe in a place where this is where they need to be right now to get through the next month, be there for them and let them know that if you do decide to leave or if you don't, I'm there for you when needed.
Yeah, I think it's really about knowing that your role isn't to save or to stop this, but it's about being somebody that is an open ear, somebody who will believe somebody, and again, like Nicole said, really empower that person. They're going to be the expert of their experience, and so it can be really tempting to give advice, but just know that all they need is your support, and they will know what's best for them.
Absolutely.